Marble Maniac's penultimate event was one for the record books with rubber bands, springboards, and fidget spinners, oh my. We're here to break down the event, read your mailbags, get a fantasy update from the commissioner, and throw out some wild predictions for the final event of MMX. This is the #1 podcast in Marble sports. Let it roll.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 101 of the #1 podcast in Marble sports. Let it roll. I am your host, Term. I am joined here by one of my favorite, actually my favorite Canadian, is Seth Rogen. He actually gets second place on this. I'm joined by Decker. How you doing, bud?
Oh man, that's like the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, I mean, Seth Rogen's awesome, but I mean, you're even better.
Great guy, but hey, glad I'm on the top of the list, buddy.
Well, how you doing?
Fantastic after that comment, and after today's event. Holy man, one for the ages.
I am also joined by Nonagon. Nonagon, how you doing today?
I'm excited to talk about this event.
We are also joined by Trans Perfect Music City Bowl winner, and our favorite commissioner, probably yours too, Sky. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Term. Happy to be here. Happy to let it roll. Super pumped for this event and for the final event of Marble MMX. Let's get it.
Hell yeah. So Hector, he's busy with school, but also he's just climbing up in the tree with Ralph. So I don't know exactly what his agenda is here, but he's doing something, and I guess we'll figure it out next episode. But let's get into the event, guys. Obstacle run. This was one of the coolest events I think I've ever seen in my life. I gotta say that my heart dropped right into my stomach as soon as I saw those fidget spinners. I was terrified for these marbles.
I mean, this is essentially everything good about Elimination Race with everything that's fun about pinball machines. Like, how could it not be good? This is so fun to watch.
Yeah. I gotta agree with that. Had my adrenaline going right out the gate. Those fidget spinners, man, gave me goosebumps. I wasn't worried at all. This is what MMX is, man. This is what these marbles came to do. They came to get wild. They came for the chaos. And I feel like this whole circuit lived up to the hype. It had every aspect of chaos that was needed.
100% agree, Decker. And I think you're right. Like, just because fidget spinners have been banned from Marble League after the infamous Momo injury of 2017,
We don't talk about
doesn't
that.
mean that they can't. Yeah, I'm sorry, but we gotta put some things aside just so we can talk about fidget spinners.
All right.
But I'm glad to see that JMR is saying that, just because they're banned from this thing doesn't mean they can't be included in a more extreme sport. We knew it was going to be extreme. Like, the marbles knew what they were getting into. I feel like fidget spinners are okay to be released back into the wild.
Yeah, and touching again on the fidget spinners, I felt like they were chaotic in themselves. They were spinning fast at times, and sometimes they weren't even moving. So, like, as a marble, you didn't know what you were getting when you got close to those. You didn't know if you were getting knocked back up the course or if you were just sliding past it. So, perfect element.
Yeah, I know we said, like, in the past that JMA, they may not care about marble safety. That's on a YouTube video. Go check that out. But the fidget spinners weren't as chaotic, as crazy, as fast as they have been in the past.
Yes.
So I really think that they are putting marble safety first. And, shout out to JMA, shout out to Yella, shout out to Dion. I mean, this whole event was flawless to me. And I really did love it. But let's get into the actual event, besides the fidget spinners. So, early on, the Strixes, they dominated this thing. And I don't know if you guys remember last, or episode 99, when we talked about our predictions. I think you said that the Constrictors were going to slither through. And, that didn't really happen, man.
Yeah, I can't always be a genius, okay? I don't need this kind of pressure on my life right now. And also, the Constrictors are not on my fantasy team, and the Strixes are, so do I care that much? Not really.
Yeah, fair enough. I also need to mention, I guess, the elephant in the room. The host curse is back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
back in full effect.
Yep.
Balls of Chaos stink, dude.
But they suck at marble racing, don't they?
They have been so bad this season. What was it? They only have 4 points, I think.
4 points.
4 points.
All right, well, shout out to Decker's fantasy team. And
Yeah.
Nonagon, what you got?
I 100% disagree. The host curse has nothing to do with it because the Balls of Chaos have been this bad for the past year and a half. It's not called the host curse. It's called literally Balls of Chaos are bad. I don't think you can blame being hosts on this. This is just like something's wrong with the team and something needs to change with the team.
Yeah. Nonagon's got a point. Like, you're right. Like, you could say host curse, oh, my team's in last place and they're just so happy to be hosting. But the Balls of Chaos have set the bar to a new low. There have been 4 events. 3 of them, the Balls of Chaos have taken 8th place. And actually, 3 events in a row they have taken 8th place. It's horrible. But another thing to bring up is that, I don't know if it's even just the Balls of Chaos, because right now, the way the standings are, the new teams are running away with it. New teams are all top 4.
Yeah. I mean, they have showed up and showed out. Maybe they've been training in the extreme realm for a while. It's kind of like putting up like Tony Hawk against like some speed skating guy. Tony Hawk's gonna win in the half pipe every time. But with the Balls of Chaos, what's their coach's name?
Harmony.
Yeah, that's not chaotic. Get him out of here. Fire this guy. He's a clown. They've been bad for a year and a half. And, I mean, it's showing in this event more than anything. I mean, it's the coach. I mean, it's like Rojo Cero. I mean, they brought Aura in, and they just started murdering in Marble League. So, maybe we get Coach Harmony out here, because what's chaotic about Harmony?
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to cut the BOC a bit of slack here in MMX. Sure, everything they've done prior to this series has been god-awful in the last year, maybe year and a half. But I'm going to cut them a bit of slack because no marble teams in MMX have had a chance to prepare for these events. They're brand new. You don't get to practice your routine in the gym you work out at or wherever your circuit is at home. So granted, they're doing worse than anybody else in this series. I'm still going to cut them a bit of slack as this is a one-off for everybody. It's the first time it's ever been done. And hell, maybe it's too extreme for these guys.
I mean, if your name is Balls of Chaos and something's too extreme for you, just get out of here. Don't even.
Fair.
Why even host? And also, I mean, these clowns, they didn't even stay for the entire event. They left in their bus. Greg Woods said it themselves. And this is one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a team. Including, Rojo Rollers before they got rid of Coach Cero. These clowns need to get out of here.
Yeah, hang on. Sky, let me jump in here.
All right, go ahead.
I got one take. Sure, the BOC were on the bus when Greg was saying that. Greg was on the bus too with them. He had given up in the finals. His commentating at the end of the finals, he didn't even know where Noxious Ivy was. He had no idea. He started commenting on things at the end of the race. So Greg was probably on the bus with the BOC heading out.
I will not take this Greg Woods slander. I will not stand for this.
Bullshit, Decker. What the hell?
I'm just
I
saying,
think you need to stop giving the Balls of Chaos slack. This is not just the worst performance in MMX. It is like probably the worst performance of any official team in any competition I've ever seen. Like 4 events, 3 last places, and your other performance is a 4th place. Not podium, 4th place. Out of 8.
What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive, man, I'm alive.
I mean, Randall said on episode 100 that Balls of Chaos, they are technically winning because of how chaotic their performance is. And I thought that was a ridiculous take to begin with, and I'm just going to stand by that, where it's just, you can't just accept failure and be happy about it. And, I mean, typical Balls of Chaos fan.
Yeah, and let's just be frank with it. Decker, you brought up that all these events are new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, over half of these events have been modeled off of Marble League events.
True.
Like, extreme diving is just diving but higher.
Way higher.
The
And not jumping off a springboard or anything.
And then, but the Extreme Funnels is just black hole funnel. Bowling's the only truly new event, but even then you could say it's basically archery.
True.
And, I mean, come on. Obstacle Run is just more extreme elimination.
I'm just trying
race.
to cut them a bit of slack, man.
Well,
they're doing
stop it.
Okay.
Don't throw Greg Woods under the bus because you feel bad for them.
Yeah, come on, Decker. And also, like I said, bowling's the most extreme event that's ever happened. Should be in the X Games.
Should be in the Marble League.
Definitely, if it's not in the Marble League, I'm going to be real mad about it.
There will be riots in the street.
Yeah, for sure. So, the Strixes, they kind of came out of nowhere, I think, this event. I mean, they won last event, but they had, I think, the first two wins, like the first two rounds they won, fell off a little bit in the middle, but, I mean, they ended up with a podium, and this team has really been impressing me, and, like God said, the Constrictors, they were going to slither through the course, but the Strixes, they just flew over it, and they said, screw it, let's get to the podium, we'll just fly right there.
I think we got to address the other elephant in the room, though. We really slept on the Noxious Ivy this event. I
don't know who that is.
Well, you better learn their name,
Ralph's
because
team.
this event... Yeah,
Oh, Ralph's team. Yeah, I know Ralph's team.
Apologies. Well, Leaf from Ralph's team never finished below top 3. Ever. Last 2, he finished first. Absolutely insane distance marble. Strategy, just second nature for this event. He dominated this event.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph's team was absolutely insane, and we are fools for giving Ralph the tree team. He lives in a tree. And
you're right.
Yeah, we messed up. Actually, my wife, she was looking at that app for the trees, and it was pointed at the Noxious Ivy when they finished it first, and it just said, as the tree, you guys messed up. Let it roll messed up. And, we screwed this up, and, I mean, we'll get to fantasy later, but it's looking tight, guys. It's looking rough.
Yeah, I think I was actually right about the whole slithering thing. It's just I forgot there's something even better about slithering through spaces than snakes are. It's ivy. It's so obvious now that I'm looking back on it. Hindsight 2020.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's 2022, but you're good.
That joke's going to be around for 8 more years, right?
I do have to mention, so we talked about the fidget spinners. Those springboards at the end looked like one of the most dangerous things I have ever seen in my life. The pinkies, specifically, got destroyed by them. And Nonagon, I'm right there with you. I saw that the blackjacks were out, and I was like, cool, I got purple rockets on my fantasy team. I got pinkies. Let's go pinkies. And I picked the pinkies to win. Obviously, that didn't happen. And I really kind of missed the new pinkies jerseys this event, because they were like the hot pink.
Yeah.
I could barely see when they hit that springboard in I think it was round
5,
round 5, 6, something like that.
It was late.
They were eliminated 4th.
I think there was.
So it would have had to be round 5.
I think it was round 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell happened? I heard the thing snap like a mousetrap, and and then I was like, where did the pinkies go? Because they were ahead of Noxious Ivy at that time, and I mean those things terrifying. Like the fidget spinners were tame compared to those.
Pinky Toe is looking so good up until that point too. And actually, the 2 rounds before they got eliminated, they finished first both times, and they actually hit the same thing except in the corner and sort of got stuck, and then like dodged past it to finish first.
Yeah.
I think that time around they were behind, the panic rammed straight into it, and then completely got blown backwards and let Ralph's team right through.
Wait, so they got eliminated 5th round, right?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you know what was right before the 5th round? It was the
4th
halftime
round.
show. Pinkies were drinking with all the fans again.
Oh,
And they came back hammered, and they were just like, oh, this thing seems pretty cool. I'll just run into it. And, they got eliminated right after the halftime show. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Term, I think you're actually onto something here, because if you remember, when they hit that first springboard, they got sent back a pretty decent way, but I think they got in their drunken stupor, they like lost all balance and control. And when they hit that second one, when they then just launched all the way across the track, they had no control of themselves.
They went back like
Zero
halfway, dude. It was wild.
No, they're not about halfway, but they went from one side of the track, they went to the right side of the track to the left, got stuck in a rubber band, that was wild.
Yeah. I mean, you would think, though, drinking would help in this sort of event. Like,
I don't think it does.
just take some of the nerves away, you just free fly down. You don't care if you're going to crash into a wall or get ejected from the circuit. But I want to, Term touched on the halftime show there. How did you guys feel about it? It was, for me, it was the worst song they've had yet.
I thought it was mediocre. Not the I don't think it was the worst, because I still think Tiesto's is the worst.
Whoa,
but,
go back and re-listen to the Tiesto one. Very catchy chorus.
Okay, you said you hated it when it came out. Like,
You have to watch it a couple more times. Granted, I've watched it like 30 times now because my daughter's obsessed. and only the halftime. Like, she always wants to go to the halftime. The Tiesto song was way better than this one in this event.
So,
Okay,
Decker,
okay.
yeah, you weren't here for the last episode, or for episode 99. That one's by far the worst. They just stole that Blondie song. And,
yeah.
Call me. All right.
See, I actually like that song,
like that
so
song.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it didn't.
It's not original.
It wasn't
Not
an original
very
song.
original.
So honestly, with this one, I have watched the event 3 times leading up to this episode, and that song, it does grow on you. It's the same as the Tiesto one, man. It's like it's
I
good.
guess
It's a good song.
I guess to each their own. I've watched it 8 times already, so that's all me and my daughter watched this afternoon. And for me, it's the lowest on the totem pole.
It's all right. I really think we've gone just kind of downhill. Like, event 1 was like the peak, right?
Yeah, Ride
Events
With Me.
1 and 2 was just
Ride
like
With
the
Me,
peak.
Tungavid, so good.
No, the first one was Alien.
No, they re-uploaded
They re-uploaded
it.
with Tungavid.
They re-uploaded it with a different song.
I actually thought that I liked that song Alien.
I actually think I liked Alien more, but the
No,
other one that they
dude,
re-uploaded
I went
was
back
also
and
great.
I went back and listened to Alien last night. I was just like, I was showing Odge. I was just like, yeah, this is a song that they like took down, and that song stinks.
Oh, it stinks?
It doesn't
Yeah, I think
stink.
it was just because I was amazed by the marbles and like all that stuff
Maybe.
that they played the full song that I was just like completely all in on it. Only listened to it once. I was like, oh, this is just like a new thing, and it was like shocking that they even had a halftime show. But yeah, I went back and listened to that song last night. That song stinks. I kind of actually like the second upload better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that for the halftime show, they only show like maybe 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds of the actual song, when the real songs are actually like probably 3 to 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So if you listen to the whole song versus the halftime show, like, I'd probably like Alien a lot less if I knew it. Because I only listened to it once before it got removed. And then I haven't actually listened to the full however long song.
Well, no, that's why it got removed. It was the full song during the
Yes.
halftime
that
show.
was-
It was like
Really?
2.5 minutes or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't realize. I forgot
It was
up.
over a
If that's
minute and a
the
half.
case.
It was like
Really?
longer than
Huh.
they had the rights to, or something like that.
Yeah, it's like you could only play like 30 seconds or something like that
Yeah.
without getting a copyright strike. I do got to mention, going back to the event, not the halftime show, round 4, Noxious Ivy. They got smashed by a fidget spinner. It was the white one that was right in the middle, and they got. I had PTSD of Bobo of just that happening again. I was terrified for them. Luckily, they actually finished that run in second.
I think Leaf's just a monster, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Leaf just. Yeah, maybe it's like one of those like leaves that are like helicopters. You ever see those? They
Of
like
course.
fall from the tree and they
Oh,
spin. Yeah, maybe that's what kind of Leaf is.
Maybe.
And he just takes advantage of just falling back, and then he falls down. Also, Sky, your team, Marbeats, only did not finish.
Yeah. Well, they're not my team. They're
They're your
Hector's
fantasy team.
They're on my fantasy team, but Hector took them for double round. If I'm talking about a team, I'm talking about the Purple Rockets with their 3rd silver medal, which I must say, they actually gave me a heart attack in, I think, round 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know that little obstacle where you press a button and the marbles, like the little marbles go and then those things expand?
Oh yeah, the green ramps where the little marbles go out on the side.
Yes. The Rockets actually got stuck on the button. They pressed the button but didn't roll off of it.
I saw that, yeah.
And somebody pushed them off. Had it not been for that, they would have finished 7th, and that would have been really bad. Instead, my second fantasy team, the Blackjacks, took 7th, so maybe not a huge difference there, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's my first fantasy team, so I'm pretty bummed about that. But, yeah Purple Rocket's second fantasy team, so I'm okay.
It was either earlier in that round or during the first round. The same thing happened to Pinky Toe as well. That was a scary moment. Like, that entire contraption was just a trap waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really see anybody get affected by the ramps either.
Well, no, it would force you to, like, funnel into the part. So,
Yeah,
like, you would hit the rubber band, then hit the
But, like,
ramp,
by
hit the rubber band.
by the time the ramps came out, I thought most marbles were past it already.
I think it was a good strategy by, like, if anybody triggered it earlier, you were screwing every marble behind you.
Yeah. If the leader did it, that'd be one thing, but I don't ever feel like the leader did it.
I think Noxious Ivy did, like, early on. I don't think they were the leader. I think they were, like, maybe 3rd place, but it screwed a lot of marbles, like, right behind them.
Yeah, maybe. And it's tough to tell. I do want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Like, what do you think is the ideal strategy for an event like this?
I mean, I think the hitting that M1 track was significantly better than hitting that tube.
I agree.
I think hitting the bell every time, that's very important. You gotta let people know that you're in first place. I think not hitting those blue things at a significant speed, the springboards.
Oh, yeah.
If you hit the pinkies were the only ones who really hit it at a significant speed, and that really screwed them over. So it's like you kind of got to hit a couple rubber bands right before you hit that, and then you just slide right off. And just don't get caught up on those nails at the end. I think that's like the best strategy you can have.
And if you've really, really got the guts and you're really sure you can do it, do what Saucer did in the last round, hit the fidget spinner and get launched forward by it.
Yes.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was
That
smart.
was the only exciting thing that happened in the last round.
Agreed,
That was
Nonagon. Yeah, it was kind of a snooze fest in that last round. But for me, I felt like any marble that navigated right out of the gate really well, got a bit of momentum going, was the one getting out in the front. So Strix's did that twice to start the event. They got out ahead, dealt really well with the first sector and all those rubber bands, got enough momentum to just keep going and keep that lead going. So it's all about the start for me.
Yeah. My thought was marbles were trying to treat this race too much like the elimination race from the Marble League. Like that, the idea was to get down the middle and just book it as fast as you can, but you couldn't really do that in this event because if you booked it too fast, you'd run into a rubber band and you'd get bounced really far back, or even worse, a springboard.
Yeah.
So I think my ideal strategy for this would be like navigating at not a full sprint, but like trying to be more loose and calculated with it. But I feel like a lot of marbles were just trying to run head first into it, like one of those bouncy castles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I love bouncy castles, man. My niece had one at a party like 2 years ago. I was just throwing kids everywhere, man. I was just tossing them into the side.
No, not like a normal bouncy castle. It's like one of those bouncy slide things, like where you run in and race each other.
Oh yeah, like the obstacle course ones.
Yes,
but
it's
like
the bouncy obstacle course.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking
they
about.
usually I can't always win when I do those things, like with my nieces.
I'm surprised they let you on those things.
Yeah, me too.
They probably
But-
rented it in their backyard.
Nah,
No?
we ain't got that kind of money. But we went to this place, and it ends with like a big slide. You have to climb up.
Yes.
And I was like, I gotta let my niece win, so I just threw her down like it was Boxing Day. I was just like, hey, you don't get the slide today. You're gonna just eat the bottom of this slide.
You get to win at a prize.
Yeah. It can't be just dominating everybody on the racetrack. I waited at the top. I said, "Oh, you're finally here." Just tossed her over,
Jeez.
Going back, I just want to say that, this course requires a lot of strategy, and Leaf of Noxious Ivy really exemplified it in every single round. I know we've been fairly anti-Noxious Ivy around here because her name is dumb as shit, but
True.
I don't know. Leaf is really starting to grow on me. Get it?
Nice.
Why'd you say get it? I mean, come on.
Hit him with the sad trombone.
I'm giving it the Price is Right one. Boom, boom, boom.
That was terrible, not a gun.
Yeah,
that was the goal.
Hey, Nonagon, do
good
better.
job, you did it.
All right, so what do you guys say? Let's hit a break. We'll be back with the mailbags, predictions, fantasy update, and another segment that we're actually bringing back. You guys down to do that?
Of course.
All right, we'll be right back. Are you ready for Now? That's what I call Marbeats Volume 3. 17 of the Marbeats' newest and hottest songs in one shining collection. Collectively lose your shit all at once with this album that will make your dookie sparkle. We still haven't made the podium. No matter which Marb we roll out. Events fly by. Still I try. No hope for auto qualify. On our own, here we roll with hits that will align your chakra and give you some guru shine. Like,
Oranges is the color of your energy.
or this chart-topping single.
The best thing about being a marble is the way we always get to let it roll, yeah. Those guys are crazy. Pinkies are lazy. Climbers just suck like chaos rain.
Let your inner solar flares out because these tracks are on fire. Now I know you'll be loving this hit right here. MARBEAT here. People in the house, get your hands in the air, cause if we don't care, then we don't care. Marbles in the house now, 1, 2, 3. Sitting like the guru top of a tree. Now I'm just making up shit for a beat. Call me too long cause I'm chaos in the streets, yeah. And we are back. So Hector's not here tonight. He is still just playing the Marble League game. He's trying to get it right for us, so we know what's going on in the update. But from Felinia Times reporter to Telegram transcriber, Nonagon is here to read the mailbag. What you got, TT?
It's time.
We got a couple repeat mailbaggers.
It's time to open the Let It Roll mailbag.
Take a look at this. Jesus Christ. That right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I'm dying to talk about the mail with you all day, okay?
Hello, I have mailbag. The first one is from...
I have mailbag. As they always say, I have mailbag.
I didn't know we had Takumos reading the mailbag today.
I mean, Decker, you weren't much better when you were reading the mailbag.
I remember your first time reading the mailbag too, Term. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's not an easy job, though.
No, it's really not.
Sometimes, you got to deliver the mail. It's not going to be in a nice and neat fashion. So, what do we got?
Hello, we've got 4 mailbaggers today, and the first one is from...
Blood Ranger Jim!
And he says, Obstacle Course was a great event. Fidget spinners, Marbula one-track, snapping pieces, that was incredible. But I'd like to dedicate my take to Greg Woods, who couldn't help but to take a shot at BOC when he noted their bus was leaving. BOC has been the most consistent MMX team. Lots of zeros.
Oh, Balls of Chaos, apparently. That sounded like their bus was leaving. They're not going to stick around.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Wow. That is
solid take, honestly.
That's a good take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Blood Ranger Jim, especially after the mailbag for episode 100, this guy is coming out with fire. Yeah, we're starting our new century of episodes, and he is right there with us. And yeah, Blood Ranger Jim, this is a monster take. I don't know if it's going to be big take of the week, but yeah, I completely agree with everything that he said.
Yeah, totally.
Same here.
All right, next one is from Celestial, and I'm going to do some interpretation on this all caps. Hello! Ah! Purple rockets are the goats, and you cannot tell me otherwise, 4 exclamation points. Anyway, here's what I've got to say. This event was fun. Not only was it competitive and in constant tension, but there's also lots of potential for different versions of it in the future and for people at home. My only criticism is that it did seem like a budget elimination race.
The one thing that I'm mad about with Celestial is he only put 4 exclamation points, and he is the Galactic Intern. So, just put that extra one in there, man. Live up to the team's name. I also think that this might be better than Elimination Race. With all of the craziness with it, the dreaded fidget spinners, they're back. I got PTSD immediately. And with those springboards, it was just more extreme. And if they could put those into Elimination Race, I think that would just be an awesome addition to an already great event.
Yeah, for me, I think Celestial so far got big take of the week right there, saying this is the budget elimination race. I kind of gotta agree, I love your idea, Term. Add the fidget spinners to elimination race. It would be an amazing event. For me, this did feel like a budget version, so that's a big take. I'm giving Celestial big take.
Well, that's up to the Telegram transcriber. Also, how is this a budget? How is this a budget event for Elimination Race?
I definitely disagree. They both have the same format, but Elimination Race is just 16 Marble Frenzy down one chute, whereas this one just has obstacles galore. I don't know, maybe one of them is better than the other, but they're both exciting. But even if it was budget Elimination Race is so good.
That's what I mean.
It's so hard to be bad being a budget Elimination Race.
Yeah, I feel like I just need to throw my hat in the ring here. They're different. They're similar events, but they have their differences. I like both of them. It's tough to say which one I like more because, one has 8 teams, one has 16 teams, one has teams I genuinely care about, one has teams I sort of care about.
True.
So it's kind of tough in that regard. Naturally, my bias leans probably more toward Elimination Race.
Yep.
Just because it's Marble League and it's more official and there's higher stakes and stuff. Nobody really cares about MMX Champion, I don't really think. But it was definitely a good event.
One, Sky, I really care about MMX Champion. 2, I think I like that they incorporated a lot of different events into this. They incorporated the fidget spinners. They incorporated Marbula 1. Maybe put a little bit of sand out there. And, we got the trifecta of Marble League, Marbula 1, and... I love this event, and I would like to see Elimination Race be more like this than just on a Gravitrax thing. I did love when the pieces of Gravitrax slid.
Yes, that was my favorite part.
Yeah, but I feel we could put a whole Gravitrax section in this and just make it one of the greatest events of all time.
True. I think the point you made about adding sand would be phenomenal. You put sand right at the end where those nails are, and marbles are getting beached right before the finish line, and like, you know, the quickest marble makes it through and wins. That would be fantastic for me.
Oh, we could also incorporate the safety flash flood Ralph was talking about last episode.
Yes.
All right, now I got what we got next.
I'd say that one gets big take. Just saying.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
Big take of the week.
All right, next one from Golden Orbs. My take is so big it's bigger than the file size of this episode. Okay.
Bet it's not.
1 megabyte.
He says that he's going to take the Blackjacks to come for at least an overall podium finish. That is a good call since they can't win anymore. That's all I got. Can't wait for the 7-hour... Oh, that already happened. Never mind. All right, yeah, so that's it. Blackjacks for the podium.
How likely even is it that the Blackjacks get on the podium? Like, they probably need a podium finish to get on the podium.
They probably need a first place and somebody
they're like
else.
7th.
Yeah, they're in 7th right
They're
now.
4 points behind the podium.
Oh, okay. It's just really tight down there.
Yeah, it's 3rd to 7th is separated by 5 points total. So,
Yeah, I mean, Balls
yeah.
of Chaos has just been sucking up all the suck, you know?
For real. All right.
Well, we'll be discussing later if we think the Blackjacks are any good at collision, I suppose. Last mailbag is from Pastel. With the combination of Marbula 1-track, Gravitax, Lego, fidget spinners, the spinny red and white split thing from SMR that I don't know the name of.
Slow
This
down,
event was-
Nonagon. Can't.
I'm just listing things. This event was a brilliant combination of JMR things. I do think that it was hard to keep up as the camera often could only have 1 or 2 marbles in shot at the same time. Also, I think that this might be the longest indoor track for 16mm marbles. Overall, the core event is one of my top 5 favorites of all time. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything here, I think.
Yeah, I agree with Pastel, and also we have to give a shout out to them because last episode 99, they wrote in and said, I think that Ralph's team will win. That's it. Not a great one, but I don't know what else to say. And I messaged him after watching the event today, and I knew he watched the event. I just said, you. And, we love you. And that was a huge take last week, even though I hated it. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything bad about this event. I don't think it was budget elimination race. I mean, we've kind of covered it already.
Yeah, I will say it was harder to get all the marbles in one shot just because
Yes.
the thing was so big.
was.
That's one big advantage elimination race has because that course is really small, so you can see all of them almost.
There was one moment in the video where Greg Woods said, "What a great shot," and I couldn't tell any of the marbles. I had no clue. Like, he was like, "What a great shot of all the marbles, like from top to bottom," and I was just like, I don't know which one's which. So, like, maybe not a great shot, Greg. Come on.
No, stop the Greg Woods slam.
This is the only thing bad I'm ever gonna say about Woodsy. We had the same issue with, I think it was 5 meter, or no, it was the relay back in Marble League where it was just like the far shot, and yeah, it covered everything, but it's like if you can't see who the hell it is, who cares?
Yeah, but what I did see was exciting enough, so I didn't mind it too much.
Yeah, it was super exciting. Not a top 5 event for me though. Not all time. No way.
No, I'd agree.
No way.
Not all time.
No
It's
way.
definitely like top 15.
Could even be top 10, but
Maybe even top
But
10.
not
I
top
haven't
5.
done a top 10 ranking. I just kind of, what am I feeling on
Exactly.
this day?
I'm gonna say top 5 of 2022.
sure.
Top 4.
Top
actually.
3.
Well, no, it's a top 5. Maybe top 5 of like the last year. Honestly, in my opinion. Yeah,
Maybe.
not making any jokes.
All right.
All right.
But so we got Nonagon.
Yep, that is it for the mailbag. And as they always say, I know you want Hector back. I'm sorry. He'll come back, I promise.
No,
Don't
no. The Telegram
Don't worry.
transcriber nailed it today. Thank you.
I know you
Nonagon.
miss him a lot. Everyone listening, I know you miss him a lot. It's okay. It's okay.
We'll cry.
I mean, it's the British flair that makes my mail taste a little bit fresher.
You eat your mail?
Yeah, sometimes. Only if it's from the IRS, though. Yeah.
Right.
So let's move on to something that is very troubling to everybody who is here, and probably Hector at home. Let's go back to the Fantasy League commissioner, the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl winner, and Glenn Miller, trombonist enthusiast. Sky, what we got, man? Because I'm nervous now. I'm freaking out.
Fantasy is reality in the world today.
All right, yeah. Unfortunately for us active members of the Let It Roll podcast, there is reason to be worried. But let's start at the bottom and work our way up. In 6th place, everybody saw this coming. Unfortunately,
Yep.
it is Decker.
BOC.
I've really been rooting for you. I feel really bad that the Balls of Chaos have just let you down so much.
It
The
is what it
Constrictors-
is, man.
There's 5 people on this
Constrictors
podcast, and Decker's in 6th place.
It's what it is. It's hey, man, there's 3 other people as well, or 3 of us total, who are behind the one guy not on the show.
Let's not spoil it for the listeners. But Decker, I had some very, very sad news for you. Actually, not only is this the 3rd event in a row that your double pick has gotten a big fat goose egg, but you've also gotten 4 total points for this event.
And how much did I get last event? Like 4 as well.
I don't remember. 4. It was really low. It was really, really low.
It was 4.5.
But on top of that, you have 51.5 points and are officially eliminated from, I believe, the podium.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. There's only 1 event left.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just unfortunate to see.
It's okay, man. I put all my marbles in Ralph's bag. Let's go.
I do gotta say, Decker, the one shining thing, I'm not gonna spoil it, but Sky's team during Marble League was 16th, 15th, and 3rd. And your team is reminding me of that right now. I think you're in 7th,
You can't
8th,
compare
and 3rd.
that. You can't compare that.
You're in
I'm-
7th, 8th, and 3rd. It's the last
Over
2
5
spots in 3rd
events?
place.
Over 5 events versus 16? Come on, guys. This isn't the
Well,
same.
no, but
Don't compare
I
me
mean,
to
Sky's
that.
got to get to it, and we'll see
Okay.
what you do next
I'm
season.
not going to compare that. I'm just going to say, Decker, I feel your pain.
Thank you.
Exactly, because you guys were
better
in the
luck
same
next event.
position at
better
one
luck
point.
better luck next time, brother. All right. Moving on to 5th place with 65 total points. We have Hector, the man who's not here. Really, he had an alright event. You know, Marbeats is double getting 5th. Strix is getting 3rd, which is a nice little pickup for him. And then also drafted the Balls of Chaos. So, not much to speak about there. In 4th place, we have the rookie to the Let It Roll fantasy. We've got Nonagon. And honestly, you had a pretty good showing overall. 4th place with the Pinkies, 5th place with the Marbeats, and 3rd place with the Strixes. You are a total of 75 points, and actually within reasonable striking distance of the thing we need to talk about in this podcast. Ralph.
Whose idea was
no.
this?
Oh no. This is the thing we've all been dreading. This is the thing I've been saying every time we do a fantasy update. If Ralph gets a gold medal, the standings are going to be shooketh. And they have been.
Shooketh?
Shooketh.
Shooketh?
45 points for Ralph this event. And on top of the bronze medal he got last event, over the course, the Noxious Ivy had 3 points going into event 3. We are going into event 5. And now they've got, like, what?
19.
Significantly more than that.
19.
I don't even remember. 19? 19. Ralph has gained 72 fantasy points over the last 2 events. Absolutely unheard of. Ralph has 85.5 points, which is just terrifying to me. 72 points over the last 2 events.
I mean, he showed up for episode 100. He wanted to gloat a little bit, and then he put his guru shine on Noxious Ivy. And
God, of course he did.
You know what? He made them even more obnoxious than I thought they could be. And
for sure. However, Term and I still have a chance. We are ahead of him right now. We just need to have one more good showing, and we need a little bit of luck from the Noxious Ivy getting a low place. In second place, we do have Term, just beating Ralph by the skin of his teeth with 86.5 points over 85.5 points. Term having a mediocre, it was actually a pretty good showing. 7th place for the Blackjacks, but Rocket's coming in a respectable 7th. Pinky's a respectable 4th. And leading the pack by just 4 points, 90.5 points, is myself. Purple Rockets being the stars, shining stars of my team, obviously. 54 points total for them. 2nd place, 7th place, and 5th place for my team. Fantasy standings are looking close, especially in the podium. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I am nervous, but I think this will kind of ease our whole tension about this, especially yours, Sky, because you're the lead right now. We didn't have this in episode 100. I actually cut it out by accident, but Ralph said during our break, and I was going to leave it in, he said that if he wins the fantasy league, he wants to retire. He said that going out on top is the ultimate dream. And, he's not really on the podcast anymore. I mean, he was on last episode. Shout out to Ralph. Thanks for coming down from the tree. But I think with that, I think it's a smart move on his part because he ascends from guru to God. And he can finally rest easy just knowing that he went out on top. And then I was thinking about it, and Randall, he sounded like he never wanted to be on an episode again, so maybe we just switch Ralph's picks to Randall's picks next season.
Jeez.
Or if Mike joins, he'll just actually join the fantasy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, the next fantasy coming up is Marbula 1, so I'm assuming he'll want to be in for fantasy on that and SMR, so.
Yeah, he did say that he's all
It'll be
in.
Mike. Yeah.
But, we'll see.
The fans in on the fantasy, too. I've got plenty of room on my spreadsheet.
Yeah. But, if Ralph goes out on top, I ain't going to be mad about it. I mean, we screwed up giving him all of the multipliers.
I think we definitely handicapped him by giving him all the eggs in one basket. If the Noxious Ivy get anywhere in the top 3, he probably just wins.
Yeah, but, hey, good news, though, since he's retiring, whoever gets second place, if Ralph wins, that's the king, the chancellor, dictator, fantasy, whatever you want to be. And I hope to hold my role as king.
You are such a hypocrite. Didn't you bash Hector or whoever came second, saying second's the worst, blah, 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 this and that?
Second's the first
loser, you told him. So you're going to be the first loser?
Now, come on, Term. Loser solidarity
I want Term to come second so he can be the first loser.
Yeah. I will be the first loser who is also king of the podcast. I mean, Ralph's not going to be here. He said he's retiring. He's turned from guru to God, man. I mean, we can't have somebody who's not here just win. And honestly, me and Sky basically have the same team. So it just comes down to the Pinkies or the Marbeats. And
no, it comes down to the Purple Rockets, baby. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, they're killing it. If Blackjacks get first next round,
that's true.
Yeah,
if the Blackjacks do better than the Purple Rockets, you have a pretty good chance.
Yeah, but honestly, I think you got it. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch. But hey, if you win, I'll come in second, first. Who cares? Congratulations, guy. So is that all we got for fantasy?
Yes, it is. Very much looking forward to the last event.
All right. Thank you, Sky. You're the best. I was thinking about today. There's a bunch of commissioners out there in the world for a bunch of sports leagues. And I gotta say, by far, you're the best one. I mean, Roger Goodell, he makes a bunch of money for the owners. That guy from Robert Manfred, I think his name is, from MLB, he called their trophy a piece of metal. And that guy stinks. Ouch. Yeah. And the NBA one guy, that guy's pretty good. But, by far, I've never had any complaints about you, Sky. Best commissioner in the world. Shout out, Sky.
Oh, Term, you are sucking up so I don't give you so much crap when I take your crown. That's what I'm hearing.
You better give him so much crap regardless,
I'm gonna
dude.
give him so
Please
much
take him
crap.
off this pedestal he's on.
Nah, I'm just here to be a jester. I'm the jokes guy, you know?
All right. Let's move it along. What else we got?
We have a segment that we are bringing back. It's one of my favorite segments. And Notagon usually handled it, but they did they were the Telegram transcriber today.
I had mailbag.
He had a mailbag.
Had mailbag.
So we are going to send it over to Decker for the final countdown.
Right, it's the final countdown. Let's go, guys. Last event. Who's going to pick the winner? Oh, Sky's already got his hand up. Sky, tell me who's
Purple
taking...
Rocket's final answer.
No, come on, man. We already...
Yes.
What? Okay,
Yes.
fine.
Well,
I'll give you
Decker,
that.
read us the standings right now.
What stand? Oh, for fantasy?
No, for
No,
the whole event, for the whole league. Not our fantasy league, but who's in first?
Oh, okay.
Where's on second?
I can do that for you. Right here. So, in first place, we currently have the Purple Rockets holding down number 1 spot. In second, we got the Strixes. Third, tied with Noxious Ivy, we got the Constrictors. Then we got the Pinkies, followed by the Blackjacks, and sitting in the lowly bottom is the Shining Swarm right next to the BOC.
Okay. So, Sky, you're still going with the Purple Rockets? I mean, they're the front runner right
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
They're up by 5. Second place gets...
They have done me no wrong. Everything I have predicted about them has been correct. I guess I just know this team. Like I said, if they flop an event, it will be the Extreme Funnels, and they've gotten silver medals otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're going to maybe they don't get a silver medal, but they're definitely going to have a nice, good performance, and they're going to take it home.
Okay.
In whatever the 5th event
And
is.
also, before we move on to everybody else's picks, I just want to let the listeners and everybody else here know that BOC's officially eliminated, Shining Swarms officially eliminated, Blackjacks are officially eliminated, and Pinkies are officially eliminated from winning it all.
Okay, so we got Noxious Ivy, Constrictors, Strixes, and Purple Rockets.
Correct.
The new teams.
Pretty
We got
much,
on.
yeah. Yeah, if I could say my pick now, I'm also, I think, going to go with the Purple Rockets because they have a 5-point lead over the Strixes and an 8-point lead over the Snakes and the Plants. So, like, they need a disaster in order to lose all of this. So, it's possible the Savage Speeders did it, and the Orangers did it, but, you know, I think the Rockets have this.
The only thing that they don't have going for them is that they will lose the tiebreaker because they do not have a gold medal, but every team below them does.
That is true.
I am going to go with Noxious Ivy. I picked the Purple Rockets way earlier, like in another episode, but I think Noxious Ivy, with the run that they're on right now,
I think it's a good pick, man.
I think the Strixes are not going to do great in the final event. I think the Purple Rockets are going to tank. It's been too much consistency, and you saw in that final run today that they just kind of fell off a cliff with that. It seemed like they didn't have the drive to be champions, in my opinion. And I did pick them to win, like, a while ago. And, I just didn't see it today. And, I want a team that's on, coming in hot and just nailing that last event. I think I'm going Noxious Ivy. I want to see the Guru become a god, too. I mean, that'd be pretty sweet to see.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great pick, man. But I'm gonna go with what I was saying to start. The Constrictors somehow, some way, are gonna slither their way to victory here, steal it out from under them, and take home the first ever MMX championship with a crazy first place finish. So let's go Constrictors.
I mean, I gotta say, like, they had 1 point last event and 2 points this event. This team is not doing great right now.
Doesn't matter. They did great in the first 2 events. They won both of them. So,
No, they didn't.
didn't they not?
No, they won the first one. They got 6
First
points.
place, extreme diving. First place, domino bowling. Is what I'm saying.
They got third
Oh,
place.
they were in first
domino
place.
bowling.
Sorry, they were in first place after first 2 events.
Is it Pinky Winky
So-
with
Yeah,
Domino Bowl?
yeah, Pinky Winky.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Shout out
way I
Pinky
s-
Winky.
The way I see it is that the 3 teams challenging Purple Rockets right now have a fairly even split going between team events and individual events. And this Collision coming up, right? It's a team event. Constrictors, I think, have a fairly good chance, whereas Strixes and Ivy have been absolute disasters in team events so far.
That is true.
So that's where I'm coming from.
True. Decker said he has to bounce off the call right now.
I got to jump off.
Real quick, who you think's gonna win Collision?
Constrictors. I just said it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I thought you said that was.
Oh yeah, that
They're
would.
going to
that would
win it
have-
all, but I
that
said
would
with
have
a
to
first
happen.
place,
So
they're going to
win
need
it
it. They're
all.
going to need a
Yeah.
first place to win it
Yeah,
all.
they
so.
probably true.
they kind of have to win it to
Yeah.
win it all.
Yeah.
But hey, Decker, you're my favorite Canadian. Get the hell out of here. Go say hi to
Thanks,
Ashley
guys.
for us.
Will do. Will do. Thanks,
And
gang.
we love you.
Let it roll.
Hell yeah.
Let it roll.
All right, so let's just finish up this whole episode with our predictions for the what Super Collision is going to be, and who's going to win it.
Future history has now been altered, and this is the proof.
So I have, as always, a wild theory.
Does it involve Rings of Fire?
No. Actually, this one's even better. So I think JMR is gonna go to the France and Switzerland border. I think it's France and Switzerland. That's where Geneva is, right? Switzerland.
I do not know.
All right, yeah, not a geography podcast, but I think that they're going to use the Large Hadron Collider, which that will accelerate the marbles to just slightly slower than the speed of light. So I think it's going to be really hard to see what's going on this event, but I do really trust in Greg Woods to just keep us in the loop of what's happening, because he's got that eagle eye, he's got the Strix's eye, he's keeping his head on a swivel and everything. But I think it's going to be really fast and really hard to see.
Maybe.
I do have to say, I did a little digging. I actually found on the YouTube comments. Well, actually, I didn't. I found it. Somebody else found it in our one of our JMR servers. But apparently,
Wait, so you didn't do any digging?
no, I didn't do any digging.
You
I
just
dug through
found
our-
somebody else doing digging.
I dug through the marble, our marble Discord. Does that count?
Fine. I
All right,
guess.
well,
You scrolled up a little bit.
It sounds cool to say I did some digging, so I did it. But anyway, big news. The fidget spinners are returning for Super Collision, according to JMR themselves in a YouTube comment.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, they explicitly say it's banned from major events, but the marble safety rules are different in Marble Maniacs. So we're getting fidget spinners. And this means this is either really good for the Shining Swarm or really bad for the Shining Swarm. Because on one hand, they won fidget spinner Collision. On the other hand, we saw today they might have had some fidget spinner karma because they were being knocked around all over the place and they got stuck on a rubber band. So
Yeah.
their fidget spinner luck might just have run out. So that'll be my big take of the episode. They do not do well in Collision.
I think they also might just feel bad about winning fidget spinner Collision. So it's like we can't do it again. We already got enough shit for it.
Fidget to ride.
Nah. Here's my take, and I'm actually going the complete opposite direction as you guys. I think Coach Gleam is going to go out to those marbles and be like, you know what, guys? Back in our glory days of 2017, this was our event. We need to go out there and end this league on a high note. We need to go back and reclaim our title as Fidget Spinner Collision champions. And they're going to win it, and the Purple Rockets are going to take second, as they always do.
I mean, I like that take. If I have to pick one team to win, I think it's going to be Noxious Ivy. I think it would be...
That has to happen for your other prediction.
It pretty much has to happen if you want to win. And then the Rockets have to take, like, last.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And, I think the Guru, just coming on last episode, he put his shine on the Noxious Ivy. We've been talking a bunch of shit about Noxious Ivy. They did. Got bronze, got a gold. Maybe they'll get a silver to close it out. And, win by 1 point if the Purple Rockets get 0.
I'm just saying. I agree. The Guru's presence has been felt in the Noxious Ivy, but the Guru is not strong enough to tarnish the Purple Rockets.
Yeah, but you got to think about it this way. If they have the Large Hadron Collider that sends all of the marbles at almost the speed of light,
at a fidget spinner,
then what's the matter if you have some rockets strapped to your back, You're all going just as fast.
I would say the Rockets are the most used to going
That's
fast,
also
right?
fair. Snakes don't slither at speed of light.
That's true. Ivy does not grow at the speed of light.
Ivy doesn't grow.
Have you ever tried to watch
really
Ivy grow?
Actually.
Yeah, but you send them in that Large Hadron Collider that does like the protons. They like make new atoms and a bunch of science. I mean, Decker just left. We don't have science with Decker.
Yeah, we really needed science with Decker for this.
We definitely need a science with Decker for this. But I think, they're gonna smash together. And I don't know. These marbles, they're going Mach 12. Is that a thing? It's not a thing.
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. I just don't know if that's actually faster or slower than the speed of light.
Who knows?
No clue.
All right. My pick. I think I'll pick Constrictors. I think they're gonna come back strong in the collision, but I still think Rockets are gonna win because I don't see them flopping this. And I like the Galact Fifth. I'm a fan of the Tuple Rockets as well. I'll join Sky with Purple Rockets for silver.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody who has been listening to this episode for as long as it's been going on. And thank you for all of the love that we got in episode 100. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. And hey, we'll see what happens with the final countdown. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the final Marble Maniacs. We'll be here next week to cover all that, and hopefully Marbula 1 starts soon. I mean,
please.
If we gotta do another off season, we gotta deal with these delays.
I need drip marketing for Marbula 1 right now.
I need a consistent upload schedule. Please.
Well, that ain't happening because Balls of Chaos are hosting. And
true.
Yeah, so we'll thank you for listening, and we're just gonna let it roll.
Let it roll.
Let it roll.
Let it roll. Let it roll. Let it roll.
From Fellinia Times reporter to Telegram transcott. Shut up.